was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Prepare ship for light speed!
No, light speed is too slow.
Light speed too slow? Prepare ship for ludicrous speed! Fasten all seatbelts! Seal all entrances and exits! Close all shops in the mall!
Now hear this! Ludicrous speed!
Sir, hadn't you better buckle up?
Now buckle this! My brains are going into my feet! Bullshit! Just stop this thing! I order you! Smoke if you got 'em.
I'm bored.
It's all in the reflexes.
And this is why I love this show right here, because as soon as I came up backstage, I was like, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Oh my God. Good morning, Culture Casino. Holy shit. What are you doing here?
Hey, you said, do you want to come on my show? I said, okay.
I did. You said, yeah.
Actually, what I said in the chat was, I think I owe you one.
You did. But you don't.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Man, I owe you for everything. I tell people this all the time. You're only as good as the people you surround yourself with, and that success comes from those people. So I'm grateful because we have all these wonderful people in the audience, and they're the ones that uplift us. They're the ones that make a channel a channel. They're the ones that, if you're like me, you retired, and now, your income comes from your channel. So that's just a unique thing. So it's cool.
And having the wonderful people around, wonderful discussions, hanging out. That's what it's all about. I tell people that all the time.
Yeah.
I was just telling somebody the other night that, it's not about, impressing voices, whatever. It's the heart that you put into your work and the heart you have around other people. And I don't care if you look like the hunchback of YouTube. It's about all this, not about all stupid shit.
Yeah. I think a lot of people worry too much about that. But no, if you surround yourself with good people, and you interact with them, I think that's the ultimate, thing. I think that's what most people get wrong. You gotta talk to your audience. Your audience is part of your show. It's what differentiates this medium from television and film. It's the availability of the host to interact with, participate with. So yeah,
and booty breaks apparently.
Well, I mean, on Snow's show, those don't hurt any. But yeah, I have a little bit different brand than Snow Dub.
Just a tad. Just a tad. Culture's not going tape break. Okay, y'all want a tape break? We'll get a tape break.
Yeah, go watch Snow. Snow's a great entertainer. He's incredibly. I mean, ever since even going back to his music days, you got to appreciate what he brings. So.
Good morning, Boosh. Good morning, all y'all.
Boosh.
It's great to see y'all here. We got Boosh. We got Penny. Snowdub's here. Pat S is here. Good morning, brother. Project Cambrian. Dude, it's good to see you.
Yeah.
Jill Powers, the River Daughter. Jill works her butt off.
She does for everybody. Me, you, everybody. All day I see Jill working hard. And Juliet. And I mean, there's a whole slate of wrenches that just are incredibly dedicated to making sure channels don't get off the rails. So it's just great.
We got Jedi. Got Jedi Masters, another wrench.
Jedi.
Really great guy.
Love you, brother.
He's coming up in the world. He had 4K. He had 4K the other
He's
day.
killing it, man. He's doing good stuff. He's a good guy. So
he's killing it. Part of that new generation.
Yeah.
Even though he's part of the older generation like us.
Well, we used to call them waves back in the day, right? So I think you and I settled into the fourth wave, maybe, of people that were doing this for a different reason, kind of, as a different type of warrior style in the culture war. So, yeah.
One of the first videos I did, and it was an upload, believe it or not, I used to do uploads. I still do over on the Transformer channel. Was the Joker, going to see Joker, and all the news media nonsense about Joker. I was like, it wasn't even that violent. I've seen worse than like an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where the kill count keeps racking up. I'm like, it wasn't even. Y'all are making a giant mess out of this. Then look what they did with the second one. Nuts. 24/7, brother. Good to see you. I got a box for you from Sean Estep. I got a box for you. I got a box for Classic Comics. I will get those to you guys. I am working on it. It's just been nuts.
Man, and the boxes you get from Sean Estep are incredible.
Yes.
Right?
Oh,
yeah. Absolutely. Like I got one recently. Tox sent it to me, and it was amazing. I opened it up on the stream, and I was like, and it's like a grab bag of amazing stuff. So I was like, all right, this is cool.
I've gotten more comic book omnibuses now than I think I've ever had in my entire life because of Sean Estep. And I read them, so I've got a stack of them.
Yeah,
I've got Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, all that jazz sitting right by the bed. No,
I was going to ask, did you ever get into the trades? like the whole series of So like I got a bunch of like paperback trades of comics like from years back. Like I've got the Many Faces of Joker, and I've got I forget what that was called. I got the Killing of Batman. I got a bunch of them.
Nightfall and all that.
No. Shoot. The Joker one I can see. I'm looking for my Batman, but like, and that's the other problem with this bookshelf. It's full. But the stuff is amazing when you can get it that way, because you can get through like a whole series of books like that. So
Absolutely. Hey, Dan Punk with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much, my friend. He says high five to the mods. Absolutely high five to the mods. Salute. Kick some ass. Take some names. Chew some bubblegum. Some pop up there in the sniper's perch. Cotton. Jedi Master 2020. Lost in Space and Sci-Fi Classics. Good morning, Loki and Culture. Have a fantastic day, brother. You have a fantastic day as well. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
I
haven't even had breakfast yet. So yeah. Yeah.
I had coffee.
I haven't even done that. I delay coffee now. Coffee I get about, I don't know, 11 o'clock local, 10 or 10 maybe local or earliest. Yeah, I've delayed getting nearly dead. Everything changes, your diet and all of that. So
I'm like Eris knows. Don't talk to him. Don't talk to him. I'll shuffle out of the. She's already up by the time I get up, because I get up about 6. She's already up working, and I'll shuffle into the kitchen. Coffee. Caveman. I'm hitting buttons on top of the damn coffee machine.
Yeah.
Because I can't function with it.
I used to be that way, and now, like I said, delaying coffee, I fill up with 8 ounces of water right off the bat. 8 ounce office. Hey, look, the Mad Doctor's in the house.
The Mad Doctor, the Dega Outlaw. Holy shit. Good to see you, brother. It really is. Don't trust anybody who doesn't eat bacon. I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
Bacon's delicious. Meat candy.
Kane's doing better. Good news, dude. Good news.
That's good news.
I'm glad, man. I am glad, bro. That is so good to hear. That's so good to hear. Thank you for the super chat, brother. You didn't have to do that. Stop doing that. Note up. He won't let me do that. He throws a fit anytime I send him a super chat, or if I'm subscribed to his channel or any shit like that. Don't do that, Loki.
I did it the other day. I can't remember who it was, but I gifted them subs and all of that. And they are, it's like what they don't understand. It's like, I got to support you, man. Sometimes I can't be around, You fortunately, I get to watch most of the times when you're live in the morning, because you're right, before my show. So I'm usually doing prep, and, I'm usually watching you guys. I'll always try to make it for Friday, especially. But it was nice to see Pops last Wednesday, right?
Oh yeah, Pops is great talking to you. I love, I missed this. I go through waves. It's like I love talking to people. I love asking them questions, interviewing, having that back and forth conversation. I also like exposing bullshit. So, and usually I don't involve anybody else in that. So that's just a me thing. So sometimes, I like to go back to the old school YouTube talks where I'm like, this moron did absolutely the wrong thing. Like that.
Yeah, like Grace Randolph.
Grace Randolph. The shooting in Vegas. I couldn't believe that when I saw what those two content creators were doing. And this guy driving around saying, if I see this fool, I'm going to do this. And I mean, these guys are like 10,000 subscribers. And I'm like, why are you guys worried about this beef? And then he walks up on them on the strip. He sees their live stream, goes and finds them, and just guns them down right there in the strip. And I'm like, over content.
People are crazy, man. We're living crazy times, and people don't understand that if they're held to account, if accountability actually shows up, the small hit of dopamine or whatever, or anything else, any kind of satisfaction you can get from that, which I can't imagine there would be any. But it's not going to make your channel bigger. They're going to delete your channel. They're going to get rid of
Right.
you. Yeah, it's just dumb. It's dumb.
I was never up this early. That's a Mexican Iron Man as a topic. Really? I didn't even think about that. Okay. Have you heard from Mike? You doing well?
Yeah, I'm gonna be going to see Mikey pretty soon. We were originally gonna go out to MegaCon. It doesn't look like that's gonna happen.
Same
Lots
here.
Well, I'm not. I think I might get my last doctor's appointment tomorrow. Maybe do some medication adjustment. I'm hoping. But I can't put all that burden on other people to move me around and do that other stuff. So I just, but at least I've started doing, and I think I announced this a couple weeks ago. I started doing heavy weights again, and I can get around. But I'll be going out to see Mikey probably when it's a little bit warmer, because right now the Carolinas are cold and Florida's cold. I'm like, I don't want to go out to where it's cold. Why is it cold down there? So,
It was cold here. In the 30s the other day. I was like, make up your mind. 81 day, 30 the next day.
yeah, well, here's the cool thing, so the whole back of this house has a greenhouse attached to it. So there's not a lot of fluctuation in the house because it's always kind of warm back there. And but anywhere in the yard that didn't have like protection, which is a lot because I still have some plants exposed to the great outdoors. So I did have to worry about irrigating everything at night before the frost and freeze came, because I'd be losing a ton of plants. So the trees are the things I worry about the most, but you usually don't have to worry about citrus because I have a lot of citrus. And I just I don't know. It's just I can't imagine in Florida right now. Florida's going to lose. They already lost $3 billion in agriculture alone. Just because of the freeze down there, because there's a lot of fruit you ain't gonna get.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of fruit you ain't gonna
Oranges, Florida oranges. Landscaping with Culture Casino. Now live at 10 a.m. Monday through Friday.
get. God. Yeah. No, I love it. It's the very first company I started was a landscaping company. So
I did not know that.
yeah, very first business I started was a landscaping company. I did it with the guitar player in my band in high school. And
Okay, now that's weird because we had one as well right out of high school. Well, we just said we had a lawn mowing business because we're Southerners and we talk like that. But yeah, it was called Smokey's Lawn Service. We know our grass. I'm not kidding.
That's a two-sided joke. That's a double entendre. But no, we like I said, so we got a lot of business really fast because nobody wants to cut the grass. Nobody wants to figure out what's wrong with their irrigation or anything else. So that grew really fast. So we weren't even quite out of high school, and we were doing great guns for the last year of high school. And in fact, I took that business into college. My business partner, who was, like I said, the guitar player for the band, also got in a motorcycle accident. He went, head over heels over a car that had turned out in front of him. You know how it is being a motorcycle rider. Cars have a tendency not to notice that you're there. And so, yeah, and he wasn't wearing his helmet because I didn't live in a state with a helmet law. So so he tore the top of his eyebrow off, or most of his eyebrow off on one side, because he caught the rain rail on the car as he went over the car. So it just
Shit.
and yeah, it was just a hot mess. He was all kinds of broken up. So I kept the business going though, because it was going to be a source of college money for me. By that point, as I was getting out of school, I met the boss. So I decided not to do any of the scholarships that I had. I would have been in your neck of the woods for college had I taken one of them. You know, I
UH
had,
or UT? Aggies?
I ain't gonna Baylor.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Baylor Medicine, man.
Yeah. So yeah, I was gonna head that way, and then, but no, I met the boss, and I'm like, I'm not gonna leave. I'm gonna stay here because she's here, and so you know, I just kind of mixed it up with college from that point forward. I've been to a lot of different universities because of just how things moved in life, and I ended up moving around. But you know, like I said, I mean, for the majority of the time, you know, in the desert Southwest, California, Florida, you know, the various places I'd been, you know, I always liked working outside, and I always liked working with my hands because you always got results. So that's the most important thing. I get bored if I don't see results. Like you know, I did corporate jobs for a long time. In fact, I walked away from, you know, another business I was in. That's when I retired. So I was like, this is not interesting or fun to me anymore. I mean, the people were fine. I mean, that's the one good thing. But you know, you just get tired.
Yeah.
You know, and so, you know, the boss is still doing it, and I'm just, you know, I retired and here I am. But that's the, you know, I guess that's a combination of my YouTube story and stuff I don't normally tell people. But yeah, I mean, I've been everywhere. So
I can understand that.
yeah.
I used to deliver papers. I used to have lawn service. I used to be a prison guard. I used to work on cars. I used to drive a truck, a big truck that had a bunch of shit that went boom on it.
You ever realize, you ever talk to anybody about like their past and they have like two jobs in their life, and then
Yeah.
you're like, dude, I look like a freaking grocery shopping list. My jobs are insane, but every one of them got me somewhere else, right? So and finally, you know, one of them got me here in a good enough financial position that I was set up enough I could retire, because retirement ain't easy. So
So, and it ain't cheap either.
no.
MB Geek threw out a $10 super chat. Thank you so
Hey.
very much, brother. He says, I'm enjoying my poems put to an AI song. My wife likes my poems and the songs the AI generates. As I said, this feeling, this is why my poems versus short stories, I get more joy in Japan poems. So what MB Geek is doing, he's doing haikus and then feeding them into an AI generator to do lyrics, and then making
That's
songs out of them.
awesome. Yeah, somebody recently sent me a couple of books. Again, this is one of the cool things about having a PO box again. Is people send you stuff. So like everybody, my PO box is public out there in the world, and you can send me things, and one of us checks it at least once a week. And I got somebody sending me a book of poems and a book of short stories. And they're in big print, so I can read them, which I'm grateful for because I cannot see. I am blind. The medical incident that happened to me created even more struggles with my eyesight. So, you know, and I know a
You know
lot of
what?
other people out there.
I just got these fixed, so I had to send these in to get new lenses. The reason why I had to get new lenses wasn't because it got worse. It's because I brought my sugar levels down, my diabetes
And
lessened,
you see better.
and I can see better. So the other ones were giving me a headache. I was like, Doc, why are these giving me such a headache? And he, you know, looked at them, checked my eyes, and goes, because your prescription's like half of what it used to be. Your eyesight's better than it was. You can see better. And I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
I'm down with that. Better eyesight.
Well, there's benefits to improving your health, but mostly it's so you don't die. I'm not the only one here. I know personally there's another person in the audience that's on a bounce back too. So I understand.
And hey, when we sit here, this is us getting into your journey in YouTube.
Yeah.
When you sit here so much, things can happen, and you don't think about it because you're working or you're editing or you're doing whatever. And like the other day, I got up and my leg was cramping. I was like, son of a bitch. Well, 3 hours later, I'd been working. I get up and my leg's cramped in the exact same spot. I'm like, stop it. And there's little things you gotta realize, you know what? It's not just like, oh, well, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna do videos and it'll be easy and it'll be blah, blah, blah. You got to keep your body moving and you got to keep your body healthy.
Yeah.
Not exactly the healthiest thing to sit behind a desk all day. Even when you're editing, you're working, you're doing stuff, you're guesting, you're doing all that.
It's
you gotta move around and go out.
It's important. Like I got to the point recently where I set like an alarm to get up. Like I won't let myself go longer than 3 hours in the seat. So, but it's really important. And then we were talking before the show, guys, that one of the things you can do is take a walk after every meal, because it guarantees you 3 solid walks, at least 10 minutes, you don't have to walk to like, the corner store or whatever. You just have to give yourself a good walk, and it'll help with blood sugar. It'll help with energy levels. It'll help with a lot of different things. So if you're getting older, like a lot of us are, then you need to move more, or move it or lose it. That's yeah.
You know who this gentleman is down here?
Scattered Night. I've not met. I don't believe.
You know who it is.
I do.
Yeah, because he says he likes ketchup on pizza.
Really? Well, it's an interesting message, to be sure. And, I know Loki appreciates you being around for my goodness, does that say 20 months? Wow.
20 months. Only one man would dare put ketchup on pizza, and we don't put ketchup on pizza right here. Absolutely.
No. Don't be.
But I do agree about the
ketchup.
pineapple. Absolutely not. Grace ran up his egg. Yes, what happens when you put pineapple on pizza? I'm that good cheesy pan pizza, the good stuff from back in the day.
The only time I think it's acceptable to put pineapple on pizza is if you have jalapenos. You have to have the combination.
Fruit doesn't belong on pizza for me.
Well, you're already at a loss there because the tomatoes.
Tomatoes, I know.
Yeah.
I know, but that's like that's a technical thing. It doesn't taste like that. Very much.
Anything to defend that. No, look, I was with you until I was like, well, technically tomatoes are fruit, but it's fine.
I've got a question for you from Pops. He's been a
Hey.
member for 32 months. He's my brother over on Talk Hard on
Yeah,
Tuesday.
you guys.
He says, what are some things that's changed over the last 2 years that really helped your YouTube journey /channel?
I think it was to stop spreading myself so thin. I still do an awful lot. There's no doubt about that. Loki probably discovered the same thing when he stepped away. It's you get a little bit more recharged, energy returns. You can put forth more effort on the things that you kind of were letting slide or putting less effort into. So I think that's one of the things. I figured it out. Phil. I figured it out. But no, like maybe the other thing in the last 2 years is if you ask people to do something, there's a better than even chance that they'll do it.
Yeah.
So it like they teach you in any kind of sales course. By the way, I sold cars. That was one of my college jobs, was selling automobiles. I never wanted to tell anybody that, but I just gave it away on Loki Show. But it wasn't for very long, but I was selling Nissans. Not Nissans, Mitsubishis. I was selling Mitsubishis back when they had the really cool sports cars and stuff. Anyway, it was right next to a Nissan and a Honda lot. Huh?
The Evos. Evos, yeah. I love the Evos, man.
What was it, the 3000 GTs? Yeah. So anyway, we'll step aside from that, but I'll just say that one of the things they teach you originally in sales training is you have to ask for the sale. And the reason you have to is because, you can do all the great presentation in the world. You can entertain. You can cover all your bases. You can tell people that, this is how you feel about a given film project, TV show, whatever. But if you don't ask for them to subscribe, that's an opportunity lost, right? And you want the cost of that opportunity to be as close to 100% as you can, because you're investing time and energy into making what you should be investing time and energy into making what you're producing. Like I did a video the other day on Jack Sparrow maybe returning to the role for Pirates. You know, having Johnny Depp coming back to Jack Sparrow. And if that materializes as it's rumored to be happening behind the scenes, then I think that'll be the one franchise that survives the decline of Disney decade, right? So I put that video together, and the most important thing that you can do after spending all that time on whatever it is you throw in there, little interruptions, and the cool things you do. Like, I appreciate this about you, Loki. You have clips for everything. And the clips, so does Pro. I mean, you guys are like clip competition. It's like, get clips for people's super chats. You get clips for, and then obviously Snow Dub does his booty breaks and things like that. But in the course of making a film, you want to, like a video for, in this case, let's say Jack Sparrow, you want people to take you up on your offer, but you have to remember to make the offer. So somewhere in there, and it usually towards the beginning, you should probably ask for the sale. You should probably say, hey, do me a quick favor. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and hit that thumbs up button because it makes a difference. And you know what? When a creator says that, it sounds like repetitive pablum, but it's not. The way the algorithm for YouTube is built currently and has been for the last 5 iterations is engagement's the most important thing. So the first type of engagement is active engagement. The thumbs up button is part of that active engagement. The second thing that people can do to help increase active engagement is commentary. Commentary leads to larger videos. If believe it or not, that's actually the magic serum right now is commentary. So it's really important if you're a creator out there, and I know many of you are creators. I mean, obviously Phil and Pops, and I've seen a lot of people out there, is to ask questions, engage with your audience in the chat. So go back, answer them, put a thumbs up on what they have to say. That's more engagement. But at the same time, if you can create a conversation with your audience that's not in a live stream, that's an extra special thing, right? But for you, Loki, you're so successful because you engage with your audience from before your show even starts. Like, you get the intro going, you got everybody's comments popping up and everything else. And I've always taken my cues from other people and my peers, which you're one of my peers. I think we've both been at this 6 years now. So, yeah. So I take those cues and I learn from them. And I learn from the audience. Like, the audience will signify if you're doing something right. Like, the chat's going to fill up. People are going to be talking, engaging, asking questions, and I think that makes all the difference. So
it should be. You should be having a conversation with the chat or a guest or both, if that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
And it doesn't need to be a constant sell. One of the things I tell people that are like every 5 minutes, there's that donation button down there. You can donate, or you can do this. You can do that. I'm like, you can throw that out there every once in a while. Hey guys, if you like this, please, consider doing this or that. But every 5 minutes is just like.
Let me ask you a question, because again, you're really good at this, and both of us have always sought advice from Mexican Iron Man because Mikey, just pays attention to this stuff. But I think YouTube was trying to do creators a favor by setting up that goal thing for live streams. I understand that. I don't use it frequently enough. That's on me. Yeah, but my ask is more about, let's make the channel bigger so that, the limited interruptions you have to tolerate by watching YouTube videos, actually benefit the creator. And maybe the audience gets something that they would like.
Have you seen how they've tailored ads? Okay, so like if I watch, most of the videos I watch are very quick videos, unless I'm watching a live stream. If I'm watching a live stream, it's different.
Oh, you went TikTok generation on me, huh?
Well, no, not really. I mean, these will be like 5 or 10 minute videos.
Oh, okay,
It's not. Yeah,
they're in my. That's what I aim for, is like that 10-minute. 10 minutes to me is perfect. But recently, the audience has been telling me, Loki, that they wouldn't mind listening for 15, 20 minutes.
Sometimes the longer form stuff is good.
Yeah.
But the ads I get are mainly at the beginning. So if I get an unskippable ad, it's almost always at the very beginning of the video, right? Eris watches long form videos. She doesn't get unskippable ads in the beginning. She gets unskippable ads
at the end.
All of the middle. No, the middle.
Oh, in the middle?
She watches like hour, 2 hours. She watches the long form
Wow.
storyboard, you know, long thought out detective novel crap. That's what she watches a lot. She watches a lot of like real cases and shit like that. She was going to be a cop.
Oh, really?
So she likes shit like that. Oh, yeah. She wanted to do CSI work. So she was all into Silence of the Lambs and CSI, and that was what she was going to go to college to do, and then she switched it to photography instead. But she really wanted to do CSI work, so she's into that like true crime and all that shit. But her ad setup is completely different. She's like, "Why do you get unskippable ads in the beginning?" And I was like, "Huh? What?" And she's like, "You always get unskippable ads when you click on a video." And I was like, "Well, yeah, that's just the way it works." And she goes, "I never get an unskippable ad." And I started putting the pieces together. Yeah, because you watch long form videos that they're going to get to do that in the middle multiple times instead of right at the beginning. I'm sure everybody's out there going, "Loki, why are you talking about ad bullshit?"
Yeah.
An ad blocker does rock.
Yeah, let me tell you though, the way they have that dialed in, they can really slow down your experience on your computer. So, just FYI.
We shouldn't get ads on this one unless YouTube's being dumb. Because I don't.
You're not supposed to get ads on live shows unless the creator turns them on. I don't know if they changed that policy. I mean, it's possible, but you know, I if my videos go to well, all my lives republishes videos later. So do yours if you leave them up. So at that point, they start adding ads to them. That I can't control. But.
Or if they do copyright, I think they can go ahead and throw ads in there if you are copyrighted for music or whatever.
Yeah, it's why I always encourage people to push back on the copyright stuff. If you actually have a claim that it's a specious claim by somebody who's just trying to steal your money and your work, you just fight it, give the real actual reasons why, you know, and
I fought copyright tooth and nail constantly.
Yeah, I do.
For music, because that song you hear at the beginning, I spent 3 years fighting copyright for that because I own the license.
You bought the license, yeah. So and I've done that too. Like I own the license on a lot of stuff, and I'm like, look, I own this license, you know. But then I started to find the non-licensed music, and you can find plenty. This and another tip for creators out there: there's plenty of non-licensed, free licensed music out there, including inside of YouTube's own studio. So there's plenty of tunes inside of YouTube's own studio that work. And the clips that I've used for the clips I've created for other people, and Loki uses the one of them all the time, but that's an unlicensed piece of music. That little thing included in that. You know, and that's something that I used to do because I had more time before. But that's why I said be careful spreading yourself too thin, because it can hamper you in a lot of ways, and it unbalances your life. You don't need
How much were you doing? Just, I mean, to give everybody, I know what you used to do because you'd come in from a show that you were just on to that game place. You'd be like, okay, let's get this over with because in an hour and a half I got to go do this, and I'd be like, damn, bro.
yeah, and please don't misunderstand. I loved every moment of everything I was doing, but that didn't help my health. Let's just be honest about it. And I'd already started to pull back before the thing that happened on Veterans Day happened. But I'm never going to forget what the day it happened. It was a holiday. It was crazy. Plus, I don't know the law.
I am the law.
I am the law.
I was watching Expendables last night.
Huh?
I was watching Expendables last night.
Oh, really? Anyway, so how much was I doing? I don't know. I participated in, created. Okay, so right now, just to give you an example, let's talk about Mr. H during the course of the week. I create 2 intros, which are just largely updates to the text appearances and everything else. And then I create 5 to 9 stinger clips to introduce each of the subjects we're going to talk about. That's just for that show. So what is that? 11 things on average.
Yeah.
So, and then throughout the week, I'm making as many videos as I can. If there's more news out there, I make more videos. So today I already dropped a video, which was about the 2026 box office being soft compared to 2025. And that's, we're about through this month. The video is going to be very accurate. It's based on some story reporting by WDW Pro. But I always try to use articles as a base of conversation, because to me the article is a jumping off point and it has facts and figures. So I can see your posts here.
You're good, Joe.
Yeah, but I always use the article as a bouncing off point because it's also a point of reference for the audience. Anyway, so back to that. So I do guest appearances maybe 5-6 times a week easily, sometimes more. But I try to keep it like 1 guest appearance, maybe 2 per day. Tuesdays and Thursdays are always the heaviest days because of the H-Cast, Mr. H show. We're doing a new thing with WDW Pro on that game place, which I wanted to start, getting you to do some more videos work over there as well. But that game place is returned, and now we do live game streaming on Friday nights.
Ooh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, well, you might want to pop in and play some games too. So, but we did Mario Kart this last Friday. It seemed to be pretty successful. So I imagine going forward, like you're going to see Mario Kart and Smash Brothers and a lot of the older stuff. But like we're going to go back, and when Vanilla WoW relaunches with the plussing up that they did with the new Vanilla WoW, I think you may start to see that be a regular occurrence once a week. And again, these are things, I have throwaway time, so sometimes I can throw some throwaway time at that. But for me, it's more important, and this is how things have changed, because instead of doing 40 or 50 things during the course of the week, combining all the stuff I was doing with all the guest appearances and all the other channel support that I did for people and all the other, like I used to do with newer creators, I used to create free intro videos. Right. So, and Tox and I used to collaborate more when he had a little bit more free time in doing like little bits for comics division shows. But right now I'm really trying to focus in on guest appearances once per day, maybe twice. And that's it, because I need to use the balance of my time to produce content. And then I need to actually have time to take care of myself. And this is something that was ignored. Loki, I know you set aside time to take care of yourself. I know that your time away, because you and I talk, we call, we talk, we text, we have regular conversations. So I know that when you stepped away, it created an opportunity for you to work on other things that had not been done, or things that you were wanting to get done.
Yes.
And I still admire what you did when you did it, because you were on the rise and you stepped away for a minute to change the way you did things. And I think ultimately, I don't know, you speak for yourself, but I think that may have helped you quite a bit.
I would not be here today if I had not done that.
And that's kind of how I feel too. Is like, that I made a couple of early steps that helped it be not, a really bad day. But yeah, I think that we need to factor in time for ourselves, and I think that's the hardest thing to do when you do this, honestly.
And success is great. Look, I don't dig on people that are successful. It's great that you got successful. You're almost to 50K. I'm happy for everybody that's coming up, that's already gone up. That's cool. If you're so obsessive over that you are damaging yourself.
Yeah.
What is the point in the future if all you're doing is hurting yourself by sitting in front of that screen all day?
Yeah.
I get the want. I get the drive.
Yeah.
Culture knows I have like 3 or 4 shows every day except for
Yeah.
Sunday. And that was my thing. I remember when I told you that and you were like, what do you mean you don't stream on Sunday? I was like, I don't do anything on Sunday. And you were like, huh. And I was
Hey,
like, well,
guess who started taking Sundays off, right? You know, and look, I learned a lot. You know, like you said, I've always used you and my other contemporaries.
just says kicking it old school. It's
Oh, I have the dude abides today. So little Big Lebowski there, but anyway. So no, I like you said, I learned lessons from you guys. I always have. I'm grateful to Mike. I can't say enough. As much as Mike teases me, I can't say enough good things about Mexican Iron Man. He's been a positive force in my life, in Snowdub's life, in Loki's life, in in the close circle. I mean, the other Mike's life, I would imagine. You know, we lost him. Look, this has been a wake up call. The last year and a half has been a wake up call for me. Because
some people don't get how much that look. I love culture. If something happened in culture, it'd break my heart. When we lost Klobby, I was a wreck. I was an absolute wreck. Me and Eris drove out. I got to see him before he passed away. Got to meet his family. And guys, this is something that just, hit me hard. His family welcomed us in. They welcomed us into the emergency or the critical care unit he was in. And they treated us like family. And I almost got to meet Claude Saline. I didn't get a chance to meet Claude Saline. I always hate that I missed him by like an hour. But we got to be there, and I got to tell my friend I love him, and that what he meant to me, and Eris did too. And I got to meet his mother, who is an absolute gem and sweetheart. Those are the things that matter the most. Culture will tell you this. When you see culture at a meetup, what do you like at a meetup besides like,
You exaggerate. No, I love to see everybody. You know, if you're into hugs, I can do a hug. If you're a handshake person, that's fine. It's weird. I'm just in awe because I get to meet everybody, and it's like the happiest thing. It's why I tell people, if you can go to an event where some creators are going to be, and they're not creepy. Like there are creepy creators out there, but I do anything you want. You want to take pictures, we do that. I get to see. I'll give you a poker chip if I have them with me. If I haven't run out,
I've gotten 2 poker chips from Cold.
Yeah. Mikey's getting the set of 4 when I see him. I got it set aside for him, and the next set of gifts. Which unfortunately, another reason why MegaCon wouldn't have worked out so well is because I wouldn't have been able to give away the deck of cards. Because I'm gonna start giving away decks of customized cards. So
I definitely, dude, I've got. See, nobody knows this about me. There's shit y'all don't know. I've got about 100 decks of cards that are not open. These are Star Trek. These are DS9. These are Hooters cards. These are restaurant cards. These are different themed playing cards. And I remember Eris going in there and going, how many freaking decks of cards you have? I'm like, about 100. And she was like, why? None of them are open. I said, I just like collecting them. I don't know why. I see one and I'm like, dude, oh, that's cool. It's like $10. It's mine.
When I was going to Vegas, like, sometimes once, twice a month, when I was going regular, I would collect dice. So I know what that is. I just collect dice. And my game is, if you ever see me in Vegas, chances are there's at least one night I'll be wearing a shirt with dice on it. I'll probably be wearing a shirt with a martini glass on it too. But I'm a big fan of Hawaiian shirts. So if you see me at a meetup in Vegas or something like that, decent chance you'll see me in a Hawaiian shirt and probably khaki canvas pants. And it doesn't matter how hot it is. So, yeah.
Showback says culture hugs you. then his hair hugs you. He's not lying.
It's true. Yeah, Shellback, I got to meet him early on. He made it to an event. When I see you in person, it warms you up. And again, I'll say it one more time. The reason that these events are so cool is they refill your joy bucket. They give you that sense of being in wonderment about humanity. Like seeing people in the real. Like we have great parimutuel friendships here on our channels, and I'm grateful for them. I thank the Lord for them every day. But when you see somebody in person, it's like there you are, and it's an incredible moment. So you guys give us as much as we could ever possibly give you. So
I don't know if you heard this the other day when Snowdub was here. We were standing outside Grimaldi's Pizzeria, and Grimaldi's is a 2-story restaurant.
Yeah, I'm hungry now. I haven't had breakfast yet. Let me keep telling you that.
Well,
keep up bringing up Grimaldi's.
There's a club on top of that. So there's like a club, and then Grimaldi's bar, and then Grimaldi's restaurant below it. So we're standing out there and we're waiting because we got to wait till we can go in because it was full. It was like prom night or some shit.
Oh,
we're standing out there. Snow Kid's over there. Eris is over here. And this guy walks up and he goes, "Excuse me, sir. How much is the cover?" And I was like, and I look at Snowdub, and Snowdub goes, "We're not bouncers, dude."
Yeah, but I can see that. That's the that's the thing.
Well, we're both in black, and you know, I've got this beanie on. I don't have the glasses on because these are being worked on at the time. But he's got like a do-rag on. We're all in black, and we're just standing out front, you know, talking. And yeah, it was just.
So is he wearing the one with the cornflower blue? It's that North Carolina cornflower blue do-rag. No,
it was black.
Oh, okay, all right.
Would have been even funnier if Perro was with us. What do you mean? That happened later.
We're not bouncers. Look, that's kind of what it looks like outside of, like, if you go to Vegas specifically, that meetup, it always looks like there's like a row of bouncers outside because everybody there is just themselves
and smoking out in front constantly of the Millennial Bar or whatever.
Yeah.
I was guilty of that when I came out and hung out with you and all of them. I was guilty of that because I was still smoking at the time. So it was me and Nick from Echo Base outside smoking, hanging out with everybody.
Dude, and Cash Kester, the smoking man. Yeah. And no, it's just funny. And man, Florida was a hoot and a half. The last MegaCon. That was a lot of fun. That's why I'm really kind of bummed out that doesn't look like I'm going to be there. But because Nick, I get to see Nick for a bit. We did the Universal thing together, and MegaCon's kind of fun anyway. Even if you don't like buy tickets for the show, like just to watch the cosplayers going in and out of the convention center and all of that, it's a blast. Plus, if you get the one day where you get the exclusive Universal tickets at night, that's always fun.
Daryl the Derelict has a message for you. He says, "Culture is a solid dressing dude.
Oh,
One of the most genuine people I've ever met. Fun to hang out with."
Thank you, sir. You're fun to hang out with too. You're one of the old school ones too. It's like old school in this room here. So
I remember CC giving me a Vegas token. I hope I had the accent right, brother.
No, well, look, I love Dave Bob in person was a delight. And that voice is unmistakable. It's incredible. I loved it. It was good. It was great. And you feel safe enough to bring, believe it or not, despite the environment we live in these days, you feel safe enough to take, I take the boss when I can, if she's not working. You take Eris, obviously, and it's great that, Snow Kid can show up sometimes. I mean, in, where were we? Were we in Dallas or San Antonio? I can't even remember, but, Snowdub, came down. We got a lot of people that no longer are hanging around, but, just have dinner with us at an Italian place. So it seems like Italian food is something we all revolve around too. But
And barbecue.
yeah, barbecue. Yeah.
Barbecue seems to be a thing. We just we went to Dallas Fort Worth. We hung out with Daryl. We had like a get together over at his place. But right before we went over there, we had dinner, and I remember the look on Dave Bob's face when he was like, "Check," and the lady goes, "Oh, he already took care of it," and pointed at me, and he was like, "You son of a bitch!" And I was like, "Oh my god." Oh, I was like, "You can get me next time." Oh shit! But getting to hang out and getting to be around everybody, and you know, it's great. It's
Well,
great to get to
and
hang
what
out.
look, and what some people don't understand is even the bigger creators are as down to earth as most of these other people are, right? So, like, if you like, you know, if you like, let's say, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, or you like Gary Nerdrotic, or you like, you know, any of these other people, Ryan Drunk 3POJ, and everybody, if you like any of those bigger creators, they're going to be as kind to you as you could possibly imagine in real life. And Ryan's going to get pissed at me again. In real life, Ryan's one of the nicest kids I know, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, he just is. You know, he still swears like a sailor.
It's because he was a sailor.
I know, but still, it's like, look, like if I could tell the truth about everybody I've met, I would just say, you know, we've been lucky. We've been lucky.
Oh yes. It was the monsoon, so yeah, we were in a monsoon. Loki paid Perceptor. I went to the arcade in the monsoon, so I told him it was his birthday. He did too. Holy shit! And they came over and sang and clapped, and I was like, "Oh my god, go away!"
You didn't have to show an ID or nothing.
I don't think so.
That's crazy.
It did. I didn't know. I didn't know until they came over, and I was like, I looked at Eris. You know about this? She was like, I don't know shit. Okay, but it was close to my birthday, so it's not like it was very close to my birthday. So, which is at the end of October. But we were hanging out. You know, we hang out. We went and looked at GameStop and collectibles, and we went to an arcade and hung out. Those are the cool things, you know. I almost all the Valhalla cons and get-togethers we've ever like put together, and Daryl was very instrumental in the last one because he was like, "Dude, I'll take care of planning," and I was like, "Okay." Well, I've tried to base off that Vegas Millennial Bar experience that we had.
Yeah. And look, that one spoke a lot. I mean, the first one we had in Dallas was rough because they didn't have any air conditioning in the building, and everybody went to the top deck roof bar area.
Dude, I was there.
Yeah, it was. I thought we were all gonna die of heat, you know, exhaustion. It was awful.
That roof.
Yeah, Joe's Atmosphere was there. Yeah. You know, it was amazing. That was an interesting night. I got to be friends with a lot of people that night. Plus, you know, that's the first time I ran into Melanie Mack. So, yeah.
Oh my God, she was there.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, a lot of the girls that were around G&G that had barely started their channels were there, and then they all became big stars. So it's like, all right. I don't remember if that was the first time I met Stutter and Craig. I think that was like the next event, but yeah, they're all kind of blending together. I mean, we've been doing this for 6 years. So.
And we've been doing this for an hour. We're going to get out of here in just a minute, but right. Jose Atmosphere.
Hey, there he was. Yeah. Yeah. I got to meet Joe. Joe took care of things. He watched my camera bag.
I keep saying Jose. It's not Jose.
No, it's Joe.
Why the fuck am I saying Jose?
I don't know. I don't think he cares, to be fair. He's a very nice man.
Apologies, brother. I don't know why the shit I'm saying Jose. It's because it's morning and my brain's not 100%.
And I love.
I apologize.
Yeah, and look, I mean, I'm in Right now, I think I'm in 24 chats, two dozen private chats, group chats. And Joe seems to be in a lot of those. So.
And yes, dude, I was there when Ripa showed up.
Yeah,
I was like,
dude, he couldn't get in the door. He came up the first deck of those stairs at that bar, which is gone now. That bar's out of there. But he stepped up those stairs and got trapped there. And for the next, I don't know what, 5 hours, all he did was sign. He signed, posed for pictures, talked to people. That's the whole point of these things, man. It's really cool. And you're not paying for this stuff, right? I mean, you can buy merch if you want to, but this isn't a con because you don't have Mark Hamill charging you $800 for a picture or some such or a signature.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's where Dave, Bob, and I met. Yeah.
Thank you so very much, Joe. Sorry, I've been calling you freaking Jose.
You're fine. I don't think he cares.
Thank you for your $5 super chat, brother. Thank you all. Thank everybody for everything they've done this morning and for hanging out with us while we talk to Culture Casino, for all of your member chats, for your super chats, MB Geek, Snowdub, Dan Funk, Jedi Master.
Thank you all. Yeah.
Joe, thank you guys so very much. This one is just for you, and then we're going to get the hell out of here. Skol!
Skol!
Long live the fighters!
Yeah, just add your link. Just add your link. How did your link? That's my chat. Son of a bitch.
Uh-oh.
Is it? There it is. Make sure you guys are subscribed to Culture.
Oh, thank you.
Please.
Yeah, thanks.
He is kicking
we're
taking names close to 50,000.
We're getting there. Yeah, I think by the end of what's today? Today's Wednesday. So I think by the end of the week we might be at 47,000. Yeah. It's all
Crazy.
because of you. Honestly, I can never be more grateful than to this wonderful fellowship we built. Nah, so have you. So have you. You're one of the most professional guys I know. So
thank you. I appreciate it, brother. All right. Culture's coming up here in what, 45 minutes?
Yeah, I'm going to make breakfast, and then I'll be right back in this chair giving you a 6-minute breakdown of everything. 17 news stories anyway, including a bear story. I'm not even going to talk about, well, maybe we'll talk about in bonus time the event last night that was pretty crazy anyway.
I'm still going to watch it. All I've heard is what Culture told me.
Oh, so you haven't seen it? It's a pretty good talk. I think there's a little fluffy in there, but it did look bad for one particular group of humans. So yeah. Anyway,
yeah.
Let's get out of here. I got to go make breakfast.
He's got to go make breakfast. Guys, take care. Be excellent to each other. Always speak friend enter, and we'll see you on Friday. Have a great one, everybody. Hump day.
This program has been brought to you by China. Yes, China. Your friendly communist neighbors. We own all of your shit now, including your government.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.